The US has reimposed its naval blockade on Iranian ports after the collapse of a planned peace deal. But even as Washington tightens the noose, Iran continues to export millions of barrels of oil through a secretive network of tankers known as the Shadow Fleet. So how does this Shadow Fleet network operate? Who buys the oil, and why has it become one of the biggest challenges to US sanctions? Take a look at this next report.
Iran's Shadow Fleet is one of the world's most elusive oil transport networks. It is a fleet of hundreds of aging tankers that operate outside the spotlight of the global shipping industry. It helps Tehran, keeping its oil exports flowing despite years of US sanctions. These ships often switch off their mandatory tracking signals, broadcast false locations, or change their identities to make it difficult for authorities to trace their movements. Many are registered under so-called flags of convenience in countries with lax shipping regulations, making their true ownership hard to determine. A common tactic involves ship-to-ship transfers, where oil is moved from one tanker to another at sea before reaching its final destination, masking its Iranian origin. The Shadow Fleet emerged as a direct response to US sanctions on Iran's energy sector. While there are no UN sanctions that ban Iranian oil, Washington's secondary sanctions threaten any company, bank, or shipping firm that buys, transports, or finances Iranian crude. As a result, most of the mainstream global shipping industry stays away, leaving Iran to rely on this parallel network. The biggest destination for Iranian oil is China. Analysts estimate that China imports around 1.4 million barrels of Iranian oil every day, often through small private refineries. The oil is frequently relabeled as coming from countries such as Malaysia or Indonesia, helping avoid the spotlight of US sanctions. But the Shadow Fleet isn't just a sanction story. Many of these tankers are more than 2 decades old, raising the risk of major oil spills, collisions, and environmental disasters. Ships operating without tracking signals also increase the danger of accidents in some of the world's busiest shipping lanes. Now, with Washington reimposing its naval blockade of Iranian ports, the US is stepping up its effort to intercept these vessels, sanction their operations, and disrupt the network that has kept Iran's oil trade alive. But as long as buyers remain, and as long as these ships continue to find new routes, the cat and mouse game between Iran's Shadow Fleet and US sanctions is far from over.